Peace is our goal. Not peace at any price, but a peace based on freedom and justice. This year, 52, is a critical year in the defense effort of the whole free world.
I'm going to lay the facts before you, the rough with the smooth. Some of these security facts are reassuring. Others are not. They are sternly demanding. Some require that we resolutely continue lines of action now well begun. Others require new action, and still others, new dimensions of effort. After putting these facts and requirements before you, I shall propose a program of action, a program that will demand the energetic support of not just the government, but every American, if we are to make it successful.
Far outweigh the dangers which are cited to justify it. Even today, there is little value in opposing the threat of a closed society by imitating its arbitrary restrictions. Even today, there is little value in ensuring the survival of our nation if our traditions do not survive with it. And there is very grave danger that an announced need for increased security will be seized upon by those anxious to expand its meaning to the very limits of official censorship and concealment.
Yet, as long as others will challenge America's security and test the dearness of our beliefs with fire and steel, then we must stand or see the promise of 2 centuries crumble.
Friends, the only way to handle dictators is to be firm with them, because the road of retreat is paved with good intentions, and the road to war also.
None of our sons are fighting and dying in battle anywhere in the world, and the chance for peace among all nations is improved by our determination to honor our vital commitments in defense of peace and freedom.
And the fight against deprivation, torture, terrorism, and the persecution of people throughout the world. The struggle for human rights overrides all differences of color or nation or language. Those who hunger for freedom, who thirst for human dignity.
We welcome change and openness, for we believe that freedom and security go together, that the advance of human liberty can only strengthen the cause of world peace.
This is a victory for every country in the coalition, for the United Nations, a victory for unprecedented international cooperation and diplomacy, so well led by our Secretary of State, James Baker. It is a victory for the rule of law and for what is right.
If the 1990s were democracy's decade, you had a lot to do with it. And with your help, we can now start building democracy's century. A century that we can't stop working on until the most powerful, liberating, revolutionary idea in all human history touches every human community.
Even though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I fear no evil, for you are with me. This is a day when all Americans from every walk of life unite in our resolve for justice and peace. America has stood down enemies before, and we will do so this time. None of us will ever forget this day. Yet we go forward to defend freedom and all that is good and just in our world. Thank you. Good night.
I pledge to bring the war in Iraq to a responsible end for the sake of our national security and to strengthen American leadership around the world.
My foreign policy will always put the interests of the American people and American security above all else. Has to be first. Has to be. That will be the foundation of every single decision that I will make. Our foreign policy is a complete and total disaster. No vision, no purpose, no direction, no strategy.